So, hello and welcome back. So in this video we're going to be discussing a bit of basic bandsaw maintenance. So this is a generic 6-inch wood cutting bandsaw which I've modified to become a metal cutting bandsaw. So around the edge there's lots of parts of my steam tractor, and I've left these out just so you can see the sort of thing I was able to cut out on this bandsaw. So both the tender plates and firebox plates were all cut out on this bandsaw. So I'll just show you how I maintain it and how you can keep your relatively cheap wood or metal cutting bandsaw nice and accurate. So the first thing I would recommend is you choose one with the more solid cast table over the bent sheet metal table. And obviously the main thing is the quality of blades which you're going to use. So this one's fitted with a Starrett blade, which is very good for metal cutting, and I can also cut wood and other composites with it. So you'll see this model actually has metal wheels over the plastic wheels that most others have. A big thing with a small bandsaw is that the blade tracks. So tracking is where the blade stays in one place on the wheel, a bit like on a pulley, but these wheels aren't crowned and you have to adjust the camber, so side to side angle of the wheels, to make sure that blade tracks. But the main shortcoming of these cheap bandsaws isn't the motor or anything like that, it's actually the blade guides. So if I bring you in for a closer look, you'll see what was actually wrong with the blade guides on this when I bought it. So like with any bandsaw of any size, the guide effectively is made up of a bearing on each side to support the blade from each side, and a bearing at the back, and that's the same on the lower guides as well. And you've got to keep these well adjusted to support your blade, so when you're cutting the blade doesn't deflect, so move backwards or forwards. When I bought this originally it just had steel wheels on here, and I've replaced those with ball bearings. Now it would have also had some big metal guard around here, so you couldn't actually get to the blade to adjust it, so I know you shouldn't, but we removed that anyway. And this bandsaw will now cut straight and true, and surprisingly for a bandsaw which cost about the equivalent of $75, it works very, very nicely. Now I will talk briefly about some of the things I did to this saw so I could cut steel on it. So originally these saws are very high speed and they come with a very coarse blade. Now you should definitely not try cutting steel with the blade that comes with the saw, because it's far too quick and well, think fireworks. So this one's been fitted with a reduction gearbox which slows it down by about 3/4, and for them fitted with a finer tooth Starrett quality blade. And if you do want a video where I explain how I converted this 6-inch wood cutting bandsaw to a 6-inch metal cutting bandsaw, then just comment down below. Now this saw is similar to the saws you could buy at Aldi, but this one was even cheaper and came with a more solid table.